Hey everybody, this is a pretty quick lecture about the importance of a metronome and what is a metronome. Alright, in the music world we have this thing called a metronome, which it is a little device, such as mine right here, and all it does is it keeps a tick for you, which keeps you on time, so in rhythm, in other words, so you don't have to in your brain. Whenever I've played live, and I'm sure a million people can attest to this, you get live, your adrenaline starts pumping, and your perception of time becomes all screwed up. For me, my adrenaline makes everything seem like it's going really slow because it's speeding me up here. So in turn, I compensate and I start going fast to make it sound like, to me, it sounds like I'm going the right speed, but then upon watching myself on a video later, I find out every time that I was over speed. I was speeding. So, a lot of people do that because you just get that hype of being in front of a bunch of people, and then you're like, oh my gosh. And your brain just goes out of sync with reality. But what we do to make sure that everybody has perfect rhythm is we get this little device that keeps time for us. It's called a metronome, all right? And this one's $25 at your wherever local music store. Or this is a QT7. It's made by QuickTime. QuickTime is a great brand of metronome. All right, you can buy a metronome out there by Korg, I'm pretty sure, for $400. Hey, guess what? It keeps time just as well as this does. If you'd rather spend $400, go for it. You can spend $10 and get a QT5 or a QT3. These things are fine. All right, so I'm gonna turn this thing on, and you're gonna hear it. All it does is it keeps time. All right, and you'll hear mine has an accent to it. I got one with a little accenting thing in it. So you can see on here, I can choose my accenting system down here, and it'll accent every 2, 3, or 4 beats. That's so I can keep in measures also. If you don't know what a measure is, don't worry about it. It's a musical term for little sections of time. But yeah, what you do is you set a pace that you can keep up with on here, or that you'd like to play along with, such as, all right, on here, mine goes from 40 to 250 beats per minute. That means every minute it will make a tick that many times that you set it for. I usually set mine for 85 for practicing on the drum set, because that's a speed that my hands and feet can go, at that pace. And I'll play on my hands like ticka 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 ticka, to the beat, just to keep with it, and it'll just keep on ticking, and I can just play along and mindlessly be practicing. So you can use this for any instrument. You can use this for group practicing. It is very good for group practicing, because if someone gets off time, they can't say, hey dude, no, you were off. No, hey dude, I was on time with the metronome. You got nothing, So, all right, here's an example of practicing with a metronome. For all beginners to experts, use a metronome. You're never above it. I'll even say I'm not above a metronome. All right, so you got your metronome, and it goes. Do your little typical exercise, and just keep on time with the metronome. And as you get better, crank the speed up. More beats per minute, the faster you can get. All right, so you eventually can say, dang, I got fast. Just not last week I was doing 100 beats a minute, now I'm doing 150. That's a great increase, and good for you if you do. But that's how you gain speed. You consistently stay at this speed, and it'll give you endurance, it'll give you speed, it'll give you consistency. That's the best thing a musician can have. The slowest of musicians, if they can keep time, they're better than you if you can go fast off time. I mean, who cares if you're off time about anything? So all right, we set this thing, and you can actually go several beats to it. So it keeps time on a quarter note. So quarter note just being your standard tick, 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 tick. You can play your eighth notes with it. Eighth notes being one half the beat of a quarter note. So 2 of them equals 1 quarter note. So every tick you'd play 2 notes. Tick, 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 tick. Or 16th notes, which would be 4 for every 1 quarter note. Ticka, 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 ticka. So you follow your tick, and it'd be tick, 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 tick. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You just follow it up and down. And I got the one with the little time signatures. Like I said, it'll tick every 2, 3. It'll tick a an accent every 2, 3, or 4 beats, so then I can say I'm in time with myself. So if you have trouble keeping rhythm, save yourself the embarrassment and get a metronome. Count along with it if you can't keep it time, and play nice and slow. Play slow before you play fast. Best thing I can say to you involving the metronome. Count with it if you have trouble just trying to hear it and hear yourself on time. Count with it. It's tick and go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Count with it, all right? This is the best investment you can have in your musical career or hobby. It'll just make you a better musician. Nobody is above the metronome, all right? So go ahead and get you one. They're pretty cheap. Like I said, $10 to however much you want to spend. I mean, you want to spend more than just $30 for a metronome, more power to you, all right? But like I said, got this one for $25. It's made by QuickTime. It's QT7. Get you a QT3. I think they're $10 on the internet. But there you go. There's your lesson for the day. Go get a metronome if you don't have one.